Welcome to the fascinating hobby sport of radio control modeling, as enjoyed by members of the Yuma AeroModelers. With an average of 130 members, this group of enthusiastic RC pilots fly their unique planes and copters from a paved airstrip in Blaisdell, located just off Highway 95, 5 miles north of Yuma. Follow us as we take an in-depth look into the Yuma AeroModelers Club.
I'm Don Lawrence, president of Yuma AeroModelers. Our club consists of about 150 members, and most of which are snowbirds. There's probably a third of them are local people that live here year-round, as I do. We fly all different types of aircraft, all radio-controlled, of course, for the most part. There's helicopters, there's large and small, some that fly well and some that don't. Some that fly and some that crash.
On fire.
Our club, the Yuma AeroModelers, we have been all flying radio-controlled airplanes out at the Blaisdell Airport, RC Airport out there for probably 30 years now. We got an asphalted 600 by 60 foot runway, and we get a lot of the UAV pilots that come in for special training for the Army, for the military, and they fly the turbine jets out here and the helicopters and the very expensive airplanes. But I've taken it one step further than the average person. I do what they call FPV, or first person viewing. I fly with goggles. I can take off the airplane, fly it around and land it just from the view I see in the goggles. And I got little monitors that other people can watch what the plane is looking at. I got 2 cameras on board the airplane. One of them is the pilot's view camera system that has a pan tilt unit on it that I can move up and down, left and right. And this way I get the view from the cockpit of a radio controlled airplane, just like being in the real thing. And I also have a high definition camera system on board that I can take very nice high resolution images or videos as I'm flying, and I can use them for documenting, for archiving images, anything that someone wants a different perspective or a view of from altitude. I can do it with the plane. Now I got a large airplane. It's a 8-foot wingspan. It's called a Telemaster. It's a very stable platform. It weighs about 12 pounds and it's electric. So I'm environmentally safe in that respect, that I don't have fuel on board, and it's very clean, and it's a lot of fun to fly. We got some people that spend upwards to $12,000, $14,000 just for an airplane. We have the turbine jets. They'll run $7,000, $8,000. You know, $2,000 just for a turbine jet engine.
Well, a plane like this, if you were building this new, it would be close to $2,000. They're fairly, the kit, just the plane itself is $600. The engine that's in here is $700. The exhaust system's about $250, and then all kinds of radio gear that's inside a plane. This transmitter is $800, and I'm not counting that in the cost of the plane, but there's receivers and all kinds of servos that make everything operate. So it can be fairly expensive to put one of these together. You try not to crash them.
There's fuel for the airplanes that run the fuel, their engines. There's gasoline powered engines, and then there's the new series, you might call it, or what a lot of people are going to is the electric. The electric motors, the batteries, they're very comparable in cost to the fuel. The nitrous fuel that they run on the airplanes costs anywhere to $20, $21 a gallon. It can get very expensive. Batteries, they're rechargeable. You can pay 40 bucks for a battery and use it for a couple of seasons. The motors are much more reasonably priced for the electric, but the whole combination of chargers and support checkout equipment for electrics is a little bit expensive. It costs you anywhere from $200 to $300 to $400 to get chargers, batteries, motors, and then the cost of the airplane. Large airplane, $200 for what they call an ARF, almost ready to fly. That way you just assemble the tail structure, put the wings on them, the landing gear, put the motors on, and go out and fly. So usually within a couple of evenings you have an airplane all ready to fly. You have to have what's called an AMA certification, or MAC for Canadian. It's a license that you have to purchase, but it's an insurance policy is what it is. Covers your liability on your insurance at an AMA sanctioned field. And then there's club membership. For our club, it's only $30 a year for your annual membership, with a one-time $100 initiation fee, which takes care of runway maintenance and your initiation for the club.
You have to go through a training program with an instructor, and they'll have a controller like this, but you're connected with a cord. And so if you start to lose control of the airplane, the instructor can take it over, and he'll disable your box and fly it with his box, get it under control, and give it back to you.
Oh, great.
And so that's part of the training process. Everybody has to go through this in order to qualify to fly, because these can be very dangerous. A plane like this will hurt somebody big time.
And we fly what's called float flying out at Mittry Lake. There's a big dockside area out there where you can launch your float fly airplanes from, and there's quite a following, and they fly on Tuesdays and Fridays in the morning out at Mittry Lake. So for a local area for Yuma, we're well supported. We get a lot of people from out of state, a lot of people from other cities that come out here just so they have the opportunity to fly. And we got about 150, maybe 160 members in the club. And like I said, good 80% of them are winter visitors. So we really look forward to having the winter visitor come to town so that they can fly and enjoy RC modeling and the camaraderie that comes with RC airplanes. They are really entertaining to watch. So if you ever get a chance, come on out to the Blaisdell Airfield, located just east of Fortuna Road on Highway 95, in between the Cotton Gin and Gowan Milling. There's a road called Rifle Range Road that you can turn off onto and head south. That's where the RC runway and field is. There's parking, there's dry camping. If you got a camper, you can camp out there.